Hello. Okay. Do you want to know the ironic thing? Do you want to know the ironic thing? Is I mean, first off, I have to put a compressor on this now, but I'm gonna wait for that after stream. I hope me can forgive me. One new stream without a one of the recent stream without a compressor. I hope it's okay. Um, just because I don't want to do that live right now. um, and I'll try not to be loud to begin with. That was my plan. The ironic thing is, I was talking about how my mic wasn't muted to to when I was doing starting soon, but then I come out and it turns out just the entire hookup was yucked from top to bottom to begin with. So so you know, I hope everyone's day was good. Mine was mostly good. I worked on a commission. I think I got it done actually, which is always nice. Always nice to get some paid for art out of the way. Then I went to work and like it was a good day at work. There wasn't actually much to do, which is always the aim in our modern capitalist hellscape. Until the last part where they had me stay like a whole half hour extra. If you notice, stream was a couple minutes later than usual. It's because I love my family. uh, anyway, sorry. Yeah, no. I completely feel. Oh my lord. Sarcasm just. I don't know what to do anymore. I feel like I look like I'm going crazy to stream, which is great. Anyway, um, what was I thinking? I don't know. It's work. I can't keep having the same. I was complaining about that on last night's stream. I'll do a fun thing where sometimes if I feel a little off, like if my anxiety's acting up and I'm like, oh no, did I have I accidentally created a VOD that only has clips that will make people hate me? I'll go back and scan through it and see if any one moment in particular out of a random selection is like notably bad. And it's good when that test turns up negative. It's good when my own insanity, you know, allows me to feel okay. But yeah. Um, Speaking of insanity, let's turn the music off and let's turn the SNES on because getting this to work was insane. Because not only was the oh wow, is that louder now? What the hell happened? I was about to talk about how this was not even audible earlier. I do have a compressor on this. I set that up because again, it was so wildly cried over that I had to put some filters on it. But me, I would pay you if I could support myself with streaming first. If me was like, I want to be an editor, I'd be like, fuck, I don't even need. Can you do basic shit? That's enough for me. Like I'm already doing hyper basic stuff to make my TikToks and everything. If I can get someone else to do it and make their life better as an extent, but that works out. But yeah, we're playing Donkey Kong Country. I own these games now. Originally, I just played them on the SNES Online and emulators and such, but if you didn't see my going live post or haven't heard me talk about it, I discovered that there's a retro game store around the corner from me, and they had like the entire trilogy on sale for decently cheap. So, like, fucking, I took the opportunity up, and I was like, you know what, tax write-off, tax write-off time, because I'm gonna use this for stream. Also, never feel I appreciate clips because hopefully they'll help me get blow up a bit online and act like I don't know nobody, but I don't have mandates for people joining. I don't have quotas for people joining stream. But yeah, but to finish the story I've been trying to tell for like 5 minutes, which is not Meat's fault. That's how my brain is. This specific version of copy of Donkey Kong, I think it either needs the connection bit, like, particularly cleaned or otherwise replaced, because it will not start it. Like, I am almost positive that's what it is, because it's not like the, it's not like it doesn't work, period. It's that sometimes it just won't. The SNES just acts like there's nothing in it to begin with. So, but I mean that's not just the thing with old games. It's the thing with cartridges to begin with. So, what are you gonna do? Let's start it up though. Man, speaking of using like the emulator for this, I did like a practice thing last year about like trying to 100% these games, and I'm going to be real with you guys, I find that a miserable experience. I all respect to Rareware, their golden age had them making some fantastic games, but making the secret areas and Donkey Kong barrels part of the 101% for every Donkey Kong game, not a good decision. There's a door here. Is my basement okay? My basement is not okay. No! I needed those bananas for Oswald.
Oh, banan.
Banan. Oh, hi, Juice. How are you?
I've been here the whole time.
Have you?
Yeah.
I think you're lying to me.
I know, like, as soon as you started stream, I popped in. I just didn't say anything.
Okay. You're amazing for that. You also give me deep paranoia, but that's like fucking, you're one of my best friends. Deja's one of my best friends. Apparently just friends with a lot of black trans people, but that's not the point. And you both give me paranoia. You, because you know, you do stuff. And Deja, because they might be a serial killer, but that's unconfirmed.
Might be?
Might be.
Oh.
Trans pride always. I had that revelation. I said that to someone in high school, where I was like, you know, and I mean it's true now. Fucking Ian points it out like every other day. I'm friends with a lot of the Alphabet Mafia, and I claim I'm straight, but I don't know how many people believe that. So.
Not many.
Not many. Juice, are you one of the not many? I mean, are
No,
you opposite? Oh, okay. Yeah.
You do be saying some sus things though.
No, I
won't
do.
lie to you.
Listen, my detailed plans for oiled up Ryan Reynolds are none of your concern. So.
Great.
He just happens to be a wildly attractive figure. Sus. I stand by. I don't care what anyone has to say about Among Us as a game. I stand by that it is good simply because it found the best way to like depict humanity. It has found a way to depict humanity in a like they stumbled backwards onto like the ancient form of human pattern recognition, which is why you see so many people being like Among Us. So props to them for that. We got through the first area. That was the easiest one, so only up from here. Also, if you don't know, I do think this is cool actually, because not every game does this, but that little exclamation point at the end of the level title means you've 100%ed the level. You don't need to go look at it again.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. There is good design here. It's just not in the 100%ing part.
Look, you can have one or the other.
No. It's just, like, because there's a lot of areas and or just entire sections hidden behind DK barrels, which is the colloquial term for, like, you know, hidden path, like, disguised as a death jump The only problem is that then, in exchange to find them, you just start throwing yourself off deadly cliffs repeatedly. And I don't, that's not, there needs to be a better indication for Secret, so.
A deadly cliff.
No, like, I don't know, everyone's just like, is Cahill not a gamer? It's like, no, but it's an SNES game. When I was on 100%ing it on, because I 100% at the first two, but before I said fuck that, like, I would just use the SNES rewind function, and I was completely aware of, like, not only was this not in the original, like, I won't be able to do this on the SNES, or just, you know, this wasn't what they had in mind when they designed these features, and it's bad. Me at the I looked away, and Diddy and Donkey decided to check for a DK barrel. So, Juice, do you have a love for retro games or no?
Retro, no.
Pixel
Older
art
games. Yes.
older. Oh, okay. Yeah, I do think retro. Barry talked about this once, where it was like, retro, I don't think should be like a moving, you know, a moving title. Like, you know, even though technically the Wii could be now considered retro, it's like,
Oh god.
well, like, I think GameCube, like, that's when I stopped considering things retro, because, like, you can't see, like, the individual polygons on Mario's face in Sunshine, you know? Like, and someone's like, I can. I like my games at 120 frames, 490p, and I'm like, well, you're an insane person, and and with too much money to spend. But I think it's specifically the era of games where they were kind of like figuring things out and were working around the limitations of technology rather than kind of building on top of what was already there. Because I don't think you have to worry about, like, space or hardware limitations when making a game now, unless you're trying to, I don't know, recreate the world like the No Man's Sky people, but that's a different story. So, yeah, Aspect's great. Man, my least favorite thing is when people will go for a pixelated look, but then they make it so that the pixels, like, rotate and move in non-pixely fashion, you know? Like, because that's not how pixel animation works. You're just you've just made a pixely character and have animated him like you would a non-pixely character. And I do not care. I do not approve of your method, sir.
I need one example.
This is actually a game I think is fine, but a Kindergarten, if you know that game.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Because no old game looks like that, first off. Like, the sprite mapping is not at all what the SNES or NES had going on. But on top of that, it just, like, the characters move in such a way and rotate their limbs in such a way where, like, the pixels become diamonds as opposed to squares. So, thought on Valheim's aesthetic. I don't think I've ever seen Valheim. So, maybe I have, but not off the top of my head, I can't think of it. Ah, beans. Diddy, come with me. Kill my enemies, Diddy.
P. Diddy?
What?
P. Diddy?
MF Doom? This is this DK Doom. There it is. I was like, there's a joke somewhere. I know nothing about MF Doom. I know about the comic character because fucking of course I do. So that is like the fucking nerdiest stereotype you can imagine. Someone's like, you know MF Doom, and I'm like, of a comic character. Voxel. Oh, like, you mean like Octopath Travel and stuff? I think that's fine. That, if anything, that tends to look more retro than the ones who, like, break the pixel art rules. Where it's like, it's pixel art but in 3D. I'm like, neat. I'm for it. Juice, you might not have a particular love for retro games, but is there one you do like singularly?
Does Pong count?
Yes, Pong counts.
Pong, Tetris.
Oh yeah, yeah, Tetris absolutely counts.
Yeah, I like
That's-
those games.
Especially if you're like, I like Tetris 1. I like the blocks. I just learned, so I saw, because in the news, have you heard about that? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
About the kill screen?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
I feel like I've seen before that Tetris will change colors. But apparently that's not supposed to happen. That's a glitch. That starts happening when you get too high, when they have not intended the game to go to a certain extent. So the game gets exponentially harder, not as intended, but rather as just because, again, hardware limitations. Even though you could apply that logic to the Wii and GameCube, I guess, that I really feel like that's the defining trait for retro for me, is like working around hardware limitations to make a game. If they were just like, no, this computer can do everything we want it to, then I'm just like, then what was the point even? You didn't have to fit your game onto a potato like Doom did. So why should I even play it?
Because it's cool and you can shoot people in 800 FPS.
In 8 Because we have several dick customizations in our new Cyberpunk update. I think I wanted to show friends that, but I didn't.
You didn't.
Yeah, well, because and let's not be like Baldur's Gate is better because of this, but Cyberpunk specifically has 3 genitalia options, and one of them is uncircumcised penis specifically. Just one. So I think that's very funny.
5 uncircumcised penis options.
Oh my goodness.
So...
Also, hi Pig. Also, speaking of retro games and aesthetic and penis sizes, I was not the biggest fan of this game's aesthetic, and I'm still like, you know, I think there are better looking games on the Super Nintendo than this, but I've come around to it, especially the 3D rotating bananas. I'm a big fan of that.
Rotate banana.
You can. Did you know you can rotate a banana at any point in your head and they can't stop you?
Oh my god, you're right.
I'm so right. Rotate banana. Nice nice banana car. Nice banana.
Oh, dude.
I'll dude.
Nice banana.
Oh my guy. High five. I'm doing it right now. Man, you know, on the last stream we were talking about like consciousness and and like, you know, what different modes of hi Gold, what different modes of existence are like, and people are just like, I can't imagine the apple, and I'm like, yeah, but what does that mean? You know, can you think of an apple? Can you conceptualize apple? Whether or not there's a quote-unquote image might not even matter, you know?
But it matters to some people.
It matters to some people. I need life to go better this year. Can I be vulnerable for a second? Because my family was yelling, and I was just like, oh, are they trying to get me specifically? So I need muns and home. Home more than monies. If someone came up to me and was just like, here's a home, no monies, I'd be like, that works? Or, well, yeah, okay. If someone came up to me and said, here's a pirate ship and an internet connection that with it, I'd say even better.
Would you marry them?
I would be propositioned by them. I would be willing to date them if that was their opening move. I'd be like, you
Wow.
at the very least you're interested. I'm not. My love is not for sale.
Damn.
Yeah. I have principles. We had a conversation about this once, Juice, and it didn't go well.
It didn't.
No, me, you, and a third party who won't be named because I'm keeping that conversation in the past. But we talked about principles and and if there's a price to though. So
I can't fucking remember, mate. So you
well,
got it.
I'll DM
You
it
got
later.
the memory.
You got it. Juice was not asking us for illegal things. Just to be clear, not asking for services not offered under the FDA.
Under the FDA.
Under the FDA. Also, the Super Nintendo is glitching. Oh my goodness. Oh, Diddy is here.
And then there's Diddy.
And then there's Diddy. He's alive. I
Where's
see.
wasn't?
There's certain aesthetics in this game where I'm just like, that is good. Like, I think Rare perfected the idea of like a cartoon game with Banjo-Kazooie, but this game has very cartoony aspects to it, and you know, only furthermore, I need to stop trying to go for like the double up. Anyway, but furthermore, like the balloon for DK's health is very good. I'd like to imagine DK at a circus and he gets a balloon. Is very and is just wildly stoked about that. Snipe. Yeah, no, that as for the opening world, I think this is the hardest level because it's just like, hey, be good at barrels, idiot, or die. Perish by gravity. Isaac Newton has it out for you. But we get to be a fish now. Ungard is the best because he makes water levels good, and you just kill. He just has kill for a nose. Juice, have you ever thought about turning your body into a weapon?
Yes.
Sick. Like sharpening your teeth and nails?
No.
What were you thinking of specifically?
Cyborg arm.
I feel like that's not turning your body into a weapon. I feel like that's adding a weapon to your body.
Full Metal Alchemist. Would
Full
disagree with
Metal
you.
Alchemist. Donkey Kong Country. Donkey Kong Country. and then the dog is like Diddy fused with Rambi, the rhino.
No.
Donkey. Man, I would pay money to beat Cranky Kong to death.
Why? What did he
Because
do?
he's the worst. He's so mean to you.
He's an old man.
Yeah, and he's mad about everything, and he's constantly disappointed in you no matter what you do. I'm glad Mario just destroyed him in the early 80s. What if I made my dingus into a flare? I'm not gonna say too far, but I'd argue ineffective, which is not a dig at anyone's dingus in chat. I think even the largest of dinguses would be just not nearly suitable for flail work.
It'd be a cool party trick.
It'd be a cool party trick, but as a weapon, I think it would do more harm for you than good. I think you would get more use of it as a dingus than as a weapon. What if I have? Now, you didn't say as a stinger. Stingers and flails are different, you know? This conversation has gotten weird.
Sounds
Man.
weird if you say it's weird.
I had remember that anxiety I was having about streams earlier? I was like, is the problem me? Is the problem with my growth the fact that someone comes into my stream and immediately turns it off? It might be. We can see. Let's do a poll. Let's poll 100 American families and then pit 2 of them against each other. And then I'll say,
Okay.
Keel! And Stealth will become... My friend Stealth will become obsessed with that for a while.
Yes.
Yes!
Oh.
Keel! Let's make a game show over this and have it be famous for just the weirdest amount of casual touch ever seen on, you know, primetime television. I was
Yeah.
I was mostly privy to game shows via video games and Let's Plays. Which, to be fair, I grew up in the, you know, Wii era. Hey, we did it. Which is like the time when like they were like, we've made Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, a game for your kids, and it's like neat. But like before I ever saw them on a TV, I saw my sister's friend play them when we were visiting her house, and then I would watch the Game Grumps play those afterwards, and that was just the only way I knew they existed. So I didn't know about the host, like if there was someone who was famous for hosting shit. I knew about Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, and that was it. No other game shows. Oh, Beaver. Oh, leave it to Beaver.
But I don't like Mr. Beaver.
This is a comically just, you know, just inadequate first boss fight.
To you.
It's literally just like first enemy bigger. Look, the ship is. Everyone post the Jolly Roger. A ship approaches. Ship on the sail on the horizon. I think that's what you say when you see a ship approaching. You're like, sail on the horizon. You never just yell the thing you're saying at sea.
Well,
there's
why
always
not?
a code word for it, because cool code words.
But communication.
Yeah, that's good for relationships. But pirates are typically already in some kind of homosexual romance, so they've gotten past the need for it. Like a species that has advanced to just modes of existence we humans are not privy to. Pirates have gone far beyond the need for the advice of heterosexual romances. Aw, beans. And bless them for it, honestly. You know, we've talked before on the show about time travel and such. If I could use time travel for anything, I think I would follow Blackbeard around and see if he kills anyone. Because I've talked before about how, like, if you're a good pirate, you're not killing anyone, you're just taking the shit. And I looked it up, and it's like, there was never a record of Blackbeard killing anyone. And I'm just like, yeah, but how good were those records? Probably not very. But still, it's interesting. So, I'd like to know what Blackbeard was up to. Was he the best pirate? No, he's pretty overrated. But was he the most famous? Yes. So, give me the juicy details. Give me the tea on Blackbeard. I've heard that he's gay in that one HBO Max show. Well, I gained a life and I immediately lost it.
Oh, the one show that everyone was mad about?
That it got canceled, yes. Because that is how Hollywood works these days. They make a good thing, and then it's gone. They don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They've paved paradise and put up a parking lot. Okay, note to self. If you hold right as you leave that secret room, you immediately die. So. I wonder. I've definitely had hard times playing through the Donkey Kong games, because these are not childhood games for me. I got deep into like games history and playing games for myself before I even touched the Donkey Kong Country games, like a couple years ago. But with that in mind, I wonder how generally they compare to like the arcade games, because again, I have a hard time with them. And arcade games are typically considered hard, but these were made for home console first, before anything else, so. Have a good lurk, me. I do appreciate the lurk, so thank you. I hope you're not just, you know, leaving your computer on because of me. I would never ask that of you, but I'm in a cart. A little ride. Going for a little ride. So hi Stitch and Gold and everyone else who's come in. I really appreciate you. You are not the least cute chat member. That goes to Gilgamesh, the snot goblin that lives in the basement of chat. And you might be like, aren't you being a little mean to Gilgamesh, Cahill? No, you don't know him. He orphans puppies. Puppies will get adopted from the shelter, and he'll set fire to their new home. So he's the worst. Everyone hates Gilgamesh the snot goblin. There's no contestant for for worst chat member. It's him. It is I've been the guy. I doubt that, me. I have to reestablish some things I think about you. If you've been masquerading as Gilgamesh, the snot goblin. Do you remember how we were talking about history facts the other day?
Yeah.
Do you have any ancient history facts you like? And any dawn of mankind stuff you enjoy?
It's not really mankind.
Mm.
It's more before that we do have fossils of different dinosaurs and fish farting.
Oh, that's very good.
It's really funny.
Well,
They just
okay.
kind of hooted when they died.
I was about to say, because is it that, or is it because fossils are made because the body's being not decompressed, compressed, like at some point, right? So I was gonna ask, is it that, or is it all the gases already in there coming out upon the squeezing? I like that the universe is a frog. Is the universe a frog in Donkey Kong?
Is the universe a frog?
I don't know. I was gonna ask, do we all submit that the DK Islands, where all these games take place, exist alongside Mario? But I mean, fucking at this point, Nintendo said that, so I guess it's not a question.
He did?
Yeah, that was in the Mario movie and shit. And you might, and like, yeah, fucking. You might be like, well, that's not the same as the games. But if Nintendo was willing to put it in that movie, they're like, okay, then like, I think they played it as safe as possible, so they don't see it as some kind of big reveal. It's like, yes, Monkey Island and Mushroom Land, neighbors. I have questions about them. I have the question about the Metro Kingdom though, because all their shit is named after the members of the Kong clan. So, why? Explain.
Legend of Korra.
Legend of Korra.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know how everything wasn't a city, and then Korra came along, and then everything was a city?
Everything became a city. I definitely don't think Korra is as bad as some people say. I do hold, whether or not it makes sense within real-world historical context, that changing the settings so drastically was not the smartest move. So, like, they might have been excited, but I think part of one thing people like about Avatar was the world they built. So to change it upon the next viewing of said world was not, I believe, the best direction they could have took. But that's coming from me, who wants to have in-universe reasons for why the worlds I build stay so similar over long periods of time. Because change scares me.
But that's a you problem.
That's a me problem. You're not autistic, you're just a little silly. And you cry when things change. That's unrelated. I fucking... This game was made for some type of neurodivergent people. I don't know who it is, but like someone who's just very antsy with a hairpin trigger ready to go off at any point. The reflexes need it. It's you. Diddy said, my uncle died. I don't think Donkey Kong's his uncle. I think they're just buds.
Not his uncle?
I don't think so. They could be the same age. Because Diddy's a monkey. And Donkey's a fucking gorilla. So it would only make sense that at the same age, Donkey is wildly larger than him. I wicked pressed the B button. I know 3 truths in life: death, taxes, and that I pressed the B button to jump. I hate you. I hate... Donkey Kong, you've raised my ire. This will be the death of you and your people.
Well, what if Donkey didn't do it? Maybe you're just projecting.
Maybe I am just projecting. I don't know if that's... Oh. I don't know if that's just... I mean, because that's one of the problems I had with Sekiro. I don't know if anyone else sees it, but, like, when I'm trying to do stuff frantically in a game, and the character just kind of doesn't respond to my inputs, I read that as a sort of incompetence in their character. Like, in universe and story, they are just wildly... Why did I go so early? When she donkey on my Kong to like country.
Uh-huh.
Anyway.
You didn't get my Kong until I race.
Oh my Lord. She rare on my wear till Microsoft. Oh, we love company mergers here, don't we?
Do we?
No, no. We love the cogs of capitalism. Oh my goodness. I talked the other day about my Metal Gear kick, and I didn't bring this up. That apparently the reason the devices, the walking tanks capable of launching nuclear missiles, are called Metal Gears, is that they are supposed to, in a sense, be like a cog, a piece of machinery fitting in between the 2 different types of like weaponry that Metal Gear kind of combines. So in a sense, it would have been more fucking appropriate to name Metal Gear Gears of War, but I guess they left that for another franchise to pick up. So I'm going to get a game over before I even beat the second world, and I've already made peace with it. Hey, can I talk about a weird existential thing real quick?
It is your stream.
Yeah, but people can say no. Anyway, you know when, like, an old person dies, and everyone's like, well, they had it coming, or like, so you know what I'm talking about? I don't like that. Like, I get it, but it's not like the 1600s. Like, they could, you know, they could have pulled something out there, or whatever. So when people are like, you know, nah, it was their time, I'd be like, I'm glad you've accepted it, but I don't like that it seems like you accepted it when they were still alive. So
that's kind of what we did with my great grandma.
Why did you enable chat to juice?
So they can say yes. So they can't say no.
Please unenable chat. Fucking
fine.
I wish I could do test streams on Twitch without everyone going live, because I again pressed B. I'm glad I saved at that first area. I'm not joking. When I've played these games, that barrel level and this minecart level will give me the most trouble, and then I sail through the rest of the game until like the very last world, and then and then it's like, oh, it was easy. So.
Oh, this is baby game for babies.
Yeah, exactly. But these, but like but some of the opening act is like, is just like, well, okay, Hill, it's time to get your ass blown inside out.
What's your favorite activity?
It's my favorite activity. I was going to critique a piece of media, but I've decided I don't want to be mean and talk about it, so.
Oh.
Well, listen. Sometimes I do occasionally give what I'm about to say a second thought, and if I decide actually no, I wouldn't like to talk about that at this time, then I hate this.
Oh.
Anyway, then I don't say it. That's why I end up being so quiet in real life around people I don't know. I'm like, hey, there's actively nothing I want to talk about right now. Not because I necessarily dislike you. I just there's nothing. No topic of conversation comes to mind that I earnestly, in my heart of hearts, feel like discussing at the moment. Not the news. Actually, weather is typically the thing I want to talk about, because I do earnestly believe weather be doing some crazy stuff sometimes. But anything else. Okay. Let's lock in. When she... Oh my lord.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
Shut up. I was gonna say, when she slurping on your Pinors, but you're low-key locked in. I will say, okay, let's take a break for a while. Let me take a break for a while to talk about something. The thing I don't like about when they started doing like the pre-rendered 3D stuff and putting it on the SNES is it kind of makes hitboxes wonky. When you have 2D pixel art, it's a very clear line of where like you can kind of be hit or not. This one, I think it makes stuff fuzzier. I mean, very intentionally so, because that's the nature of 3D and everything. So I sometimes I under or overestimate the edge of something, and thus I miss the jump. However, I am for just... See me. That's what I like about Luffy in One Piece. And then some of my friends were like, I hate that about Luffy. He's so rude. And I'm just like, listen. All the real bitches in my life.
Uh-huh.
I have no time for fake bitches or bad wine. Live, laugh, love. You... Oh.
Have you ever had bad wine?
No, because I don't drink very much. Don't talk to me until I've had my coffee. Oh no. Ugg boots and Starbucks are my religion. In this house, we pray to the cross and kneel to the flag.
Uh-huh.
I was trying to do like suburban mom aesthetic, but then it got religious for some reason. Oh, dude.
Suburban mom aesthetic.
Suburban mom aesthetic. Looking minion quotes.
I've never once in my life met a minion.
A minion.
Boomer.
A minion boomer. I mean, they don't do it. I mean, it's not like they don't. Are you talking about in real life or online? Because I don't think they're because I don't think they like show you the pictures when they meet you. I think you follow. I think the specific context I think they do it in is they are like, I'm on Facebook and this post with a minion is real funny. So I both speak from like hours of research and real life experience, so you can trust me. This has to be the one. I think Zero Lives is game over. I forget. Man, video games need to get their shit together. Is Zero Life's game over or not? You know?
Well, it used to be, and then for some reason we changed it.
Is it changed? I'm just letting him hit me. I decided. I decided I was okay with him hitting me. I fucking knew. Oh no, my bean horse. Oh, we got one more. Man, I wish I was still working at Disney. That would be great for inspiration for suburban mom aesthetics.
Do you really want that though?
I mean, for the purposes of writing jokes, yes, but other than that, okay, this doesn't have to be the one anymore. I've got the baboon. He can inflate himself, just like a balloon. You're a good stream meat. Juice, I was gonna ask you if you'd be down to have sex with a clown, but then I remembered you're scared of clowns. So I imagine that would be a wildly just mixed feelings experience.
I mean, I guess it depends on the clown.
I like to imagine. Juice, can I pitch you my scenario that I'm thinking about right now?
Absolutely.
Okay, I imagine the scenario where Juice goes to meet up with someone on a date, and like, you know, it goes well, and they're just like, yeah, let's let's do the do, because the date is sponsored by Mountain Dew. I have to pause for this, and then when they get back to whoever's place they're going to, the person, like, in the car ride over, they explain to Juice that in order to do anything, they have to be in a clown getup. And the ride over and walk through the bedroom is spent negotiating and explaining this. And then the person puts on the clown getup, and it is someone Juice is attracted to enough that they're willing to go through with this, but it still wildly freaks them out in the process of doing it. And that just makes me happy for some reason. It makes me chuckle.
You just like seeing me uncomfortable and pain.
I mean, that is most of our that is most of our and our friends' relationship with you, so
Go to extreme lengths just to make me want to question my life choices.
I was gonna ask you a personal question on stream, but we can save that for later.
You got it.
You got it.
You better not fucking forget, because
Anyway.
I will.
I'm down with clown girls. If there's any goofy girls out there, if there's any Maxine is it Maxine or Roxanne in Goofy movie?
Maxine.
Maxine. Okay, I thought so. If there's any Maxines out there from a Goofy movie who want to get together, hit me up. I'm down.
Ow.
You have you have to be vaguely humanoid though, and have a dog nose, but just a dog nose. Everything else is human. Honestly, everyone simps on Max's girlfriend from the first Goofy movie, but like the professor from an extremely Goofy movie is at the very least more dog, you know. So it's not just like, why is this one basically just a human? It makes more sense.
It's just saying it's Roxanne.
It's Roxanne. Okay. Yeah, I thought about that because as Juice confirmed it, I was like, Max is the name of Goofy's son. It'd be weird. It was kind of like a Donald Daisy.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that makes fair. Disney sent you a precedent, so. Disney sent a legal precedent for people with similar names to get married and shit in their cartoons. Oh, thought that was the end. But I live. We be living. Never mind. People don't think that Cahill be living, but he do. And then it's a shot of me in the ICU.
Hospital.
Hospital. People don't think hospital, but it do. Yay! See, at the very least, I'm good enough at the game to be like, okay, I need to keep getting that life, lest I die. The fact they put that there annoys me, because they're just like, well, you're gonna die a lot, so at least if you're semi-competent, you can not get a game over. I'm like, you fucking... you absolute ass.
Just be semi-competent, forehead.
You... you dong of a Kong.
Wow, you really called him that.
Everyone be thankful that Kirby saved Nintendo when, oh well, that's a game over. Anyway, yeah, Donkey Kong just had boobs there. Anyway, because, oh, fucking, I don't care about your boobs, Dixie Kong. Only, that's not Dixie, that's Candy. They they need less nondescript women in Donkey Kong. Because I think it's Candy, Dixie, and Tiny. And I think Tiny and Dixie are in many senses interchangeable. But anyway, yeah. The guy who protected Nintendo from a Universal lawsuit is was named Kirby. He died. And as thanks, they got him a yacht named the Donkey Kong. And they named Kirby after him. So. And then Kirby became the best person ever. So. We love to see it. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna vomit.
Did you actually?
No.
Oh.
Last time I vomited, it was because Deja was visiting me in Florida while I worked there. And I got so stressed out about the trip that when I saw them and got a hug, I then turned around, kneeled in front of a potted plant, and vomited directly into it.
Is that a true story?
That is a 100% true story.
Oh my god.
So, you know.
It's actually amazing.
I try to live my truth. I try to be a true, honest person who lives on the edge, and I think that story really sums up a lot about me.
Sums up that your life is a sitcom.
It is a sitcom. I felt bad for Deja, because I mean the fact we're still friends is kind of amazing, and then they came all the way to Florida to visit me after months of not seeing each other, only for me to nearly immediately vomit upon seeing them again. So, but that being said, isn't that what we all kind of want? Someone so happy to see us, they just throw up. Not the emetophobes, but...
Look, man, I saw a video of a guy that was just like, the caption was,
she beat Jorkin on my
no,
horse.
it was not. It was POV, someone's happy to see you come home, and the guy just rounds the corner and hugs the camera.
Aw, that's very nice.
I had a visceral reaction.
Yeah. Some videos are just so nice that I'm like, that you gotta be like, aw, aw.
But
Man.
A POV video of the same guy, but he turns around and vomits afterwards.
I would like to talk about a slightly less currently relevant criticism, which is that Pearl's whole deal in Steven Universe is so fucked up. Because she basically never stops being an indentured servant, despite the rest of the writing of the show, and the fact no one pointed that out ever is wild. And that's all I have to say about that. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about the badly written lesbian. Only the good ones. Only Garnet. I mean, this is Garnet back together. I forgot the rest of them. If anyone mentions the Undertale version, get out of here.
Undertale version?
How do you not know about this? That's all anyone said for a while.
Look, I don't listen. I don't look at Undertale things. I
You...
look at
That's
Deltarune
fair.
things.
That's fair. Undertale is like Just one of the 700 examples of enjoy the media, do not interact with the group collected around it. The quote-unquote fandom. Against my against my better judgment. Voltron is like the opposite of She-Ra for me. I'd love to see the 80s version. I would not watch the modern version.
Modern Voltron was...
Existed.
Yeah. And I watched it all. I don't know why.
I don't know, because giant robot and potential gay. So.
It was more for the potential gay.
Listen, feel bad. Like, we can't be like, oh, Voltron, what a disaster. Without fucking. without shouting out the Supernatural fans. Because no matter what you have to say about the people who like that show and post about it online, they deserve some kind of, like. Not reward. Juice, what's it called? Reparation or pity or something, because they had one of the characters that people wanted to be gay be like, I love you, to the other one, and then the other one says something like completely unrelated and totally shuts it down. And someone needs to give the people who waited through like 600 episodes of a CW show a hug. That's the direction they decided to go with it. Exactly. Someone has to go to the people who sat through a show that rivals One Piece in episodes and give them a hug because they just shut down the romance everyone was rooting for. So can I do it? Can I do it?
No.
Man.
I mean, yes.
Thank you. But also, I was just thinking about, like, this game doesn't control bad, but I think it controls weird, in a sense. And with that in mind, I'm gonna find a Rareware employee and punch them directly in the face for that. Anyway.
You deserve this.
Yay, we 100%ed it. I don't know how you wouldn't. I was gonna... What was I thinking about? I forget.
Pizza pockets?
Hollywood is evil. Totino's Pizza Rolls. I've never been a fan of the microwave pizza stuff. Like, obviously microwave pizza, sure, but, like, just, you know, like the pizza rolls or anything like that. And I feel kind of justified in that, just because for me it's like the crust, you know, the whatever microwave bread they got is off-putting enough for me that I'm like, you know what, actually I'm good. Yeah, this might be everything I know about pizza in a new exciting shape, but something's not right here, so we'll actually call it a day. But the new exciting shape, it's a pocket. Man, I feel like I saw someone talk about this, but girls, okay. I was good because, like, sex toys by their very nature can be used by anyone of any gender, and you know, it doesn't really matter. But I will say, sex toys designed for one banana. Yeah. Oh, I missed the one banana. Oh no. Sex toys designed for women and sex toys designed for men have such wildly different energies, and and the latter is not a good one. So also, I put some visual filters on this game because when I booted it up the first time it was too dark, and I'm so glad I did, because this section is stupidly darker. So I have to go. Oh, I have to go down now because I failed. I'm a failure.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
But yeah, the advertising for sex toys designed for women, marketed for women, are like sexual freedom. You know, express yourself. be comfortable. For men, it's like a hole, get a hole, and it's just like,
Oh.
yeah, it's so much worse. It's infinitely worse. Whether or not I was interested in buying either of those products, one did an exponentially worse job at like selling it to me. So. Market it for women is like a sleek design for her, and then men it's like whole soda can hole.
Soda can hole. Robot suction.
Exactly. Not good. Not good for several reasons. So
Not good for humanity.
not good for humanity. Not good for the manatees.
Not good for the humanities either.
They don't want to know about the human sex industry, and that being their first exposure is a bad thing. So everyone be responsible for the manatees. You're so cute. They got those little faces. Honestly, a manatee face kind of looks like Oswald face. So we're biased. I mean, yeah, they got the little, because I mean Oswald just has like the little, like, you know, the little ooh woo kind of thing going on. But manatees, I think those are specifically like muscles they use to get grass and shit. So I think Oswald just has it because he's fucking adorable, and I love the little guy. And manatees have it because they don't have arms. They can't grab shit.
I mean, neither does Oswald.
No, he can grab stuff.
He can grab things
Yeah, oh, he can grab things.
with him paws.
He uses his paws to rub his face all the time and everything. So
Yeah, that's not grabbing.
no, suck my nuts.
I will not.
Okay.
You don't have to pay me.
You're going to have to purchase a hole for my for my new business. I was gonna ask something, but the over/under on whatever the answer is makes me reconsider. So I shall not, because I'm like, man, if I'm wrong about this question I'm about to ask, then death becomes me.
Oh.
Yeah. So, man,
If someone would hunt you down.
well, remember when Overwatch was like the hot thing to play and everyone liked it and the designs were good?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily miss those times, but it was better than current. So, at least for Overwatch.
Why did you bring that up now?
I don't know. I was thinking about because when I said death becomes me, I thought about Reaper.
Oh, that does become him.
Okay. Oh wait, that's how this level's. Is this? Okay. I was wildly scared. I was like, is that how the level's supposed to look, or am I going insane? But yeah, this is the death monster level. So
The what?
look at the screen right now. Look at these men. They cannot be killed. They cannot be fought. They can only be avoided. Also, I took a shortcut by accident, so it was 5 seconds.
Well, there you go.
It was called the Stop and Go station. You know, not to continue on sex. I'm sorry, sexuals out there. There's a lady who masturbated at the Come and Go gas station, and she was arrested for it. But I'd like to submit that she was right. So,
Why did she do that?
because Come and Go.
Understandable.
This is what I'm saying. You just really think about it for a second. Funny. Indecent exposure. Indecent exposure isn't good. On the other hand.
On the other hand, Come and Go.
Okay.
Also, they're getting rid of that name.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. How many times does someone have to do that for them to change their branding? Them
At
to
least
change
13.
change their admittedly already incredibly weak branding. Like, you might as well just be like, place. Location. Stop.
Stop.
Stitch, you have very good emotes. I won't say it enough, but they are well done. And I believe you did, if I'm not mistaken, you drew them yourself, so. I feel like adding that detail makes it sound like I'm a fucking preschool teacher being like, you did this yourself? Wow! And that's not at all what I mean. I'm just saying.
It's cool.
Making an emote by yourself and it's good is like, no one paid you for that. No one paid you to do that. You just did it because you wanted it to make it nice. So, good on you, champ. I can do round, simple characters. I mean, if I'd learned anything from the basics of cartooning, that's typically enough. So,
Is it?
I mean, like, if you're like, hey, Cahill, how much should I pay you to, so you can animate my Genshin Impact OC? I'd be like, $10 trillion. You will pay
Oh.
you will pay me the national gross income for fucking Sumeria right now, because that has too many details to be
But my Genshin Impact.
to be easily animated. Did you know that like the first Superman cartoon made by the same people who did like Popeye and everything, the budget for that was roughly like it was like billions of dollars for an episode or a group, yeah, because the animators didn't want to do it, so they asked for a ludicrous amount, and then the people in charge of Superman at the time said yes. so it just happened anyway.
Interesting.
Which again is much more fun than an executive being like, no, I'm sorry, entire production that was already made. We need to destroy it for tax write-offs. Consider. And it's just like, yeah, but everyone will hate you for this, and they're just like, short-term game is cool. I like short-term games, so let's do my idea.
And
And
you're
they're
gonna
just
like my foot up your ass.
That man was throwing coconuts, but they looked exactly like how Oswald poops. So, why snakes? Snake?
Because-
That is not Solid Snake.
Oh.
You know, so I keep talking about my Metal Gear kick, and I got the original trilogy on Switch, and not only have I come around to playing MGS2, a game I haven't played for multiple reasons, but similarly I've come around to it because the graphics look much closer to MGS3 than I had at first thought, and I love MGS3, so. You know, I don't think about it often, but MGS3 could easily be just like one of my favorite games of all time, so it's up there. This is
On what grounds?
it has the same grounds like Persona 5, where the game has a singular aesthetic that it goes through with all its pussy, and it is only made an exponentially better experience because of it. Like I said, this one's a James Bond film set in the 60s, and we are going to compose one of the greatest songs of all time in order to intro it, and then they did.
And climb a ladder.
They said, what if we made Adele look like a clown? What if we made Skyfall look like a nerd song for losers? And then they did. I'll stand by that. I will listen.
Like Skyfall.
I will listen to Skyfall 10 times before I listen. I mean, I will listen to Snake Eater 10 times before I listen to Skyfall once. I'm sorry, Adele.
Skyfall.
No. I shouldn't have picked Skyfall because there's absolutely worse James Bond themes. I just don't know them. So. And you know, I mean, hey, I'm being so mean to Skyfall, but if we learned anything from the Chicken Little movie, it's that the sky do fall. In Man, you know what's even better than the fact that the existence of the Chicken Little movie? The fact that it's a summon in Kingdom Hearts 2. I fucking adore that. That's so good. Of all the things to be a summon in Kingdom Hearts, Chicken Little being one. I'm sorry, Stitch, but it might be better than Stitch. So that's one reason I get so pissed when in Kingdom Hearts 3 they're like, no, there's new Princesses of Heart. And I'm just like, don't. Kingdom Hearts is good because it in part is good because it captures like old Disney stuff in an experience when the company moves on from it. But, you know, fucking, they were like, a Disney exec went to Tetsuya Nomura and was like, hey, so we need some kind of like Elsa relevance in this one, so do that. And he was like, fucking, I need $1 million more to make the rest of the game, so sure, why not? The next game we're planning to make Sora realistic, where you can see his pores, so
Yeah, I hate
I
that.
guess I have to. Yeah, I'm not playing Kingdom Hearts 4. I have a much higher opinion of the series than most people, but I will not lie. 3 was not as good as I might have wanted, like, such an anticipated game to be. I mean, there was no way it was ever going to be that good, but still. And like, that was enough of a send-off for what they were doing beforehand that I'm like, fucking, I don't want to go to realistic Sora.
Kingdom Hearts was also Nier Automata.
Yeah. So Sora has just a thick cheeks?
No.
Would Nier Automata be a good game to stream? Would people be like, I'll watch that?
The Nier fans would absolutely watch it.
No, but are there Nier fans who know about me and would be like, I will watch it, Cahill?
Gold's here.
Gold is here. But then couldn't I just also play Xenoblade?
Yeah, you'd also get gold.
Like, that's not an exclusive reason to play Nier Automata. I'm right here. Well, Juice did speak up for you, for the record.
And the fact that you do in fact love Nier.
You do in fact love Nier. It's near and dear to you. Servant, lick my boot. What's that?
Nothing. Twitch doesn't.
Twitch doesn't need to know. Nobody needs to know that I had an affair with my wife.
With your wife?
Oh. Yeah, I cheated on my wife with her. It's our kink. Don't judge me. I'm the secretary of the treasury in the 1700s. I'll increase the value of the US dollar today, and you will never be able to afford anything in 300 years.
And then he did.
And no, he didn't. Not like in response to you. He just did it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the economics of the Revolutionary War. So hi, Kingfisher. Kingfisher, do you know the economics of the Revolutionary War?
Please say yes.
Did they raise the value of the US dollar? It was definitely worth nothing at first, because that's how that works. And then all the crypto bros were like, we can use that, right? And then everyone's like, not for this. 5 minis to look at. Let me do that right now. And hopefully it will give me enough strength to finish this level. Oh, I love Thor. Thor looks great in that. Fucking... Oh, they got Beta Ray Bill too. That's neat. Yeah, fucking... Another thing they couldn't commit to for Love and Thunder. No Beta Ray Bill. Immediate dislike. I'm reviewing this movie bad on Yelp. I don't think Yelp does movies.
Yelp doesn't do movies 1, 2. It already has enough bad reviews.
Was over taxes. That's the economics I'm aware of. Well... Were you like I Live in America last stream? I was about to be like, well, if you're American, or not American, but then I was like, they said they did this. They told me this last stream.
This is America.
I live in America, okay. Listen, you know, you never know. The internet has opened up the world to international friendships and hatred. So just be careful about that. Kong. I was born here. I was born on a stormy night in the late
Were you
40s.
actually? Oh, okay.
I actually I was born in the middle of Hurricane Floyd. That happened.
Ew.
Ew. Weather.
No, summer baby. Ew.
Uh,
Get out of here.
no, it was September.
Summer.
Juice doesn't know my birthday.
I do. It's September 16th,
Heck yeah.
1999.
Uwu 7 for Kingfisher. Have a salute. I feel like I told that vomit story and I'm like, man, everyone else has more interesting lives than me.
Is that true?
What's that?
That's not true.
You say that, but I was about to say, I mean, it's kind of by design.
Oh.
I like to. I'm literally. I've said so many times how much I would desire to be a hobbit. Give it to me. Give me hobbit
Yeah, you
hole.
can be a hobbit with a cool life. Look at Frodo.
Look at Frodo. Honestly, so I realized that we can respect that Frodo's kind of burden was far more of a psychological, emotional one than a physical one, which felt to Sam in that story more. That being said, Bilbo's better regardless, because he is legitimately the only person to ever give up the ring, as far as we know. And he did kill a dragon, so... And his name has alliteration, and Frodo's doesn't, so...
So checkmate.
Also, Kingfisher, you say that, and fair, but also, I just salute people because I don't know what to say sometimes, and I need them to know that I heard what they said. Sam is best character. Sam's pretty good. I can understand why maybe a knee-jerk reaction is that Sam did everything, because in some ways he kind of did, but... That being said, Sam was like, let's kill Golem, and if they had done that, then the ring would have never been destroyed. So, if Sam was in charge, then everyone would be fucked. I'm sorry to say, Sam, but if we went with you on at least one of those decisions, then dead, enslavement for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Juice was asking me why we shouldn't murder, and I was just like, well, you see, there was a sky golem, and he sucked, but because they didn't kill him, fantasy fascism was destroyed. The concept of fantasy fascism.
Okay, but like...
I didn't even mean to go in at that time. Why is it an auto one? It doesn't need to be auto. What's up?
Sure?
Am I sure? Yes!
Well, what if auto?
Oh my goodness. Oh, I thought you were talking about the not killing golem thing.
Oh, no.
I think I should probably get it when it was going down. I'm gonna get a game over again and have to redo a bunch of shit I don't want to have to redo. Unless this is the one. Unless I low-key lock in. She's sucking on my penoirs. If anyone's wondering why I keep saying that, it's because I sent Juice a reel of... Well, not a reel. It was just pictures of characters of minifigures from Lego Ninjago with that as the caption. And that's all it was. And I sent it to Juice because I knew they'd be confused, and they were, so...
You sent it just so I could be confused?
Yeah. Do you have a problem with that? Okay.
No.
All I have to do is not die again. Easier said than done. We all die sometimes. Just a
Says
little bit.
Photo.
This is why I hate the secret barrel mechanic. Why should there be a banana there if you shouldn't get the banana? I'm glad Gold is with me.
I thought it was funny.
Of course you did. I suffered. I suffered for it. Anyway, yeah. Like Banjo-Kazooie is like a game where it's like, not only should you 100% this, but like I would argue it's like, just if you play the game, like that's what you should do as a full playthrough. This game, in terms of, you know, puzzles and 100%ing, no. I'll be happy to survive. I'll be happy if I live. Oh, let me live. I beg of you.
Oh, they need people to play the game for like 500 hours.
Yeah, sure. That's a thing. In the 80s. I mean, listen, if I could be anyone, dead or alive, I'd want to be a white guy in 1985.
Not your dad.
Well, that's late. That realization comes later.
Uh,
I'm good at these. Low-key locking in. This one. Yay! Low-key locking in. It's funny, but also what the fuck. After dying, I remembered what that banana is about, but it's still stupid that it's there. It's still, well, because they have arrows. I like when games do that. I like when games use their ancillary coin, you know, the very easy to get, you know, million of them collectible, to like spell out a puzzle. Because, I mean, sometimes you just collect the coins without thinking, but sometimes you look at them and it's like, that's an arrow pointing distinctly in one direction. So, that's an arrow as an ASCII photo of the boy band One Direction.
uh-huh.
Done in Mario coins.
I didn't know you were playing Mario Maker.
Okay, someone load up Mario Maker 2 and fucking, you know, create a picture of One Direction using the coin. Or Scott Burnham in 1985. That's up. Let me confess something to Juice right now. I started making my own Alex playlist, and I did in fact put 1985 on there. So, because I mean, fuck, Alex does wish he was one of his dads in 1985, whenever that is. Time is relative.
He is more than my dad.
Yes, he has a father figure, and then he has a biological dad. So, I'm sorry the dads aren't married. That's on me. I should do better as an author. I recognize it, but later. we can get gay dads at home.
But I want gay dads out.
I want McDonald's. I want Mick gay dads. Man, I still haven't found those nuggets Drew sent me. That was like, these are Donald nuggets. And I'm like, Donald nuggets? On God, for real, for real? Just like me? Costco. I should. I don't have a Costco man. Yeah, okay. Sam's Club, I do have my family does have a membership too. I was gonna say me, but it's my family. I'm sure they'd let me use it if I was like, I'll pick stuff up too. But quickly, the nuggets. Quickly, hand the nuggets to me.
We're running out of time.
Man, this is unrelated, but okay. Let me do the thing where I walk you through my thought process a little bit. Because when I said that, I was like, that sounds like a villain thing. What I would like to write more of, and what I love, is when a villain is like, you can't shoot me, and like part of their smugness comes in the idea that the character cannot in fact kill them, and then the character just does. Just no fanfare does. More of that, please.
What about now?
Well, then I'll be sad. Frankly, Franklin the Turtle, I'll be a little sad.
Oh, did you watch Franklin as a
No,
kid?
I talked about this. I was like, I sampled a lot of, kids media that I vaguely remember, but I don't think Franklin was one of them. I don't think anyone ever put on some Franklin the Turtle for me. Berenstain Bears, absolutely, but not Franklin. I'm sorry.
Franklin slaps, my guy.
The Amish Bears, yes. The Boy Scout Turtle, no. You ever Boy Scout turtle?
A Boy Scout, I don't turtle.
You ever Shiggy Wiggy?
Do what?
I saw that as the name of, I was thinking of Bridget from Guilty Gear's idol animation, just the Shiggy Wiggy, and it's a very good name for a little
I
dancey
did not
dance.
do that.
I learned about Bridget through our friend Bridget, and then it took me like a full month to realize she's wearing a giant handcuff. And honestly, fuck it up, girl.
She is?
Yeah, she like around her belt, almost like a hula hoop. She is wearing a giant handcuff on top of the giant yo-yo that she uses as a weapon.
Love the yo-yo.
Love the yo-yo. We all love yo-yos. We all had a yo-yo phase as a kid. So.
Oh my goodness,
Hello? What? Hello? Oh, you said a giant cuff. Oh my lord. Oh, okay. Wildly different. Wildly different. I thought you said giant cock, and you were referring to something in Donkey Kong. I didn't think you were looking at a photo of Bridget from Guilty Gear, and even if you were, still a wild thing to say about that character. So.
Well, she might. We don't know.
She might got that giant cock. That was part of her. That was part of her canon storyline. I can understand. That is one time when someone's just like, I'm not sure about this specific thing, and I can kind of understand it, because from what I understand, part of Bridget's thing was like, it's okay that I'm actually a dude, and then she was like, well, I said that, but now I do actually like the girl stuff, so I'm gonna stick with that. So I can understand that some people might be just like, isn't this kind of like not what was going on? But trans pride, so.
Let her be gay.
Also, it's a fighting game. Like, granted, character stories are a thing, but are you coming here for the character stories? Not as much as funny animation and getting to pull off a cool combo. Diddy died.
Rest in peace, Diddy.
Don't forget about multiple saw blades inside of him. Yeah, she's got a lot of things going on, so it's surprising how well they mesh together sometimes. I mean, all the time, basically. But, you know what I mean.
Guilty Gear has wild characters.
Man, fucking... I saw a climbing harness that was convicted of several counts of murder, multiple counts of arson, 3 counts of child endangerment, and I said, that's some Guilty Gear right there. Juice, talk to me again, please.
I'm leaving.
I'm going. I'm leaving. I'm taking Roger with me. All my fellas. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. All my fellas. You know, so I saw a thing where people were just like, TikTok is teaching songwriters and people that to have a good song, you should just have like a catchy hook or something like that. But on the other hand, I definitely don't think that should be the case. I do specifically like the song All My Fellas, where he just says the All My Fellas part. So, cause All My Fellas. Juice, are you some of all of my fellas? I think Juice actually left for the kids. Oh no. Here's the problem. I was the housewife, and Juice was the 9-to-5 husband. Which means I'm destitute now. I have to use my body for a new source of income. I truly did not see this being the direction my life took. But then my wife took the kids. I need to see a psychologist. I'd like to get through. I was looking and I was like, I don't remember what the halfway point in Donkey Kong Country is, but well, we've made good progress, honestly, throughout this entire thing. I definitely think we need more before I'm just like, yep, we're good. I don't know if it's better or worse if there's a game I can turn my brain off to for streaming, or a game where I really have to be like, sweet lord. His occupation. Lists his occupation as toy. I mean, it's good work if you can get it. But that kind of position isn't open often, and the qualifications you need for it are insane. Like, I legitimately could not tell where I was or if I was jumping because I got Diddy mixed up with Donkey. So, oops. I wanted to go for the checkpoint, if you please. Thank you, Lord. Occupation, toy. Hobbies, toy hobbies. Food, toy food. We love it for him. No! Stop it! Stop vomiting coconuts! Remember what I was saying about the cartoony art direction of this game? These vultures have a distinct similarity to the vulture from Looney Tunes. It's uncanny. And I mean, you could be like, well, there's only one way to really draw a vulture, but I don't know. Marvel draws the vulture much differently. He's like a guy. And in the film, he looks like Michael Keaton. So, there's more than one way to draw a vulture. Just like there's more than one way to skin a cat, but you shouldn't skin a cat. I don't know why it was a saying to begin with.
Please don't skin cats.
Don't skin cats. Juice recently got 2, and they're planning to not skin any of them, I hope.
You know about those cats? They just tried to kill me just now.
What happened?
Is
that why you...
walking down the stairs in the dark,
okay.
and both of them were set up on different stairs, so I hopped over one, and I just saw the other one and almost died.
Okay, but you have to admit, most house stairs are perfectly cat-shaped, so it's understandable why they think it's for them.
How dare they?
How dare they?
Sit on stairs.
How dare they do the cat thing where if they fit, then they sit. They then sit. Also, Gold wanted to inform us that Bridget's sentient teddy bear's occupation is listed as toy.
I'm proud of him.
I'm proud. I was saying, it's good work if you can get it.
You would want to be a toy, wouldn't you?
You know what? We don't have to be talking about me like that. Your desires are against Geneva half the time, so like we don't need to be coming for me. Like I'm the worst fiend to be on the internet.
Alright, you win this time.
Thank you. Alright, damn it, I don't win because I immediately launched myself into a can. They need to not do that. Their response to getting out of a minigame should not be you are presently in a firearm. You're presently in one of the Normandy cannons from World War II. What? Conk? That's not what I meant. Isn't Kronk from Emperor's New Groove? That's his name, right?
Yes.
I was confident in that, but also I didn't want it to be like I heard something like that and I immediately assumed. You know how DK, Donkey Kong, DK, Donkey Kong is dead.
Oh no.
He's bigger, faster, and won it in Missouri.
Oh.
Hello? He's bigger, faster, owns child support.
Hmm?
he currently has a warrant out in court. DK. I'm suffering. DK. This game is hard. I'm not making excuses. I'm not good at games. But the SNES controller is causing me pain. DK. Donkey Kong. DK. Don't fuck up the game. I did it. My mother is proud of me now. I said, Mother, I got a red balloon in Donkey Kong. And she said, oh, my eldest son, I'm finally proud of you. When you slay the behemoth for our family, I was like, that's kind of mid, actually. Slaying mythical beast is yesterday news, but the red balloon in Donkey Kong is so hard to get that I cannot help but love you even dearer, my son. I was like, Mother, why do we both have the same voice? And she said, all of our family members have surgery upon their birth to ensure that their vocal cords are shaped exactly the same. And I said, that's kind of weird, Mother. And she said, I know, but I had it happen to me, so I decided it should happen to you. And I was like, that's generational trauma, Mother. She was like, I recognize that now, but it was a little late after I had already put you through the surgery as a child.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe if this has happened to you.
I decided not to like or subscribe.
Damn, man. I was so short. Man, you know what I need to do to actually become a bigger streamer? I need to start posting wrong info. I need to just be saying stupid things, and then people are just like, well, I have to comment and tell him he's wrong. And then I'm just like, you fool. Algorithms. Memes. Memes. That's right, Snake. Memes. The dominant language for the 21st century. I don't know what character is supposed to be talking to Snake in this scene. Liquid Snake? Raiden? Fucking... Fucking... Snake! They're using memes. Memes? Yeah, Snake. Memes are things on the internet that get shared a lot. Otacon, tell me more about memes. I can't do an Otacon voice, but I can do an okay Snake voice. Colonel. Colonel, my butthole is hurting on the mission. Have you deployed any butthole cream for the mission? Colonel, I'm going to get a game over in the same fucking spot thanks to these stupid barrels. Think, Cahill. Think for once. Now, damn it, that was wrong.
Is a Cahill capable of fun?
No. Nah. Nah, I win. When the nah I win, ascend it with his overwhelming intensity. I forget the rest of the shitpost from JJK.
Always bet on Hikari?
Always bet on Hakai
Hakai?
from Dragon Ball Super.
Oh. I don't know who that is.
So Hakai is the Japanese word for destroy, and
Oh.
to it, the move is, I think the move is just supposed to be called destroy, but they liked how Hakai sounded so much that they just left it as Hakai. I don't even think it was supposed to be a name move. I think it was just supposed to be him saying destroy, but like, Hakai's cool. I don't think Kamehameha has ever been translated as something weird, because different Dragon Ball moves will be like translated literally. So instead of being their, what was I thinking of? Their Japanese name, it's like the literal meaning of what that, of what that is saying. But fun fact, Kamehameha is Hawaiian, so I think they just left it as the proper name, Kamehameha. The great kings of the Hawaiian Islands. You know what else is great about Hawaii? They have the British flag in their state flag. They were never part of Britain. They just stole it. So, good for you, Hawaii. I love you. I hope less people try to move and buy land on your islands. When I visited Aruba one time, a tour guide said that. They're like, hey, don't move here. It's an island. Limited space. We live here, you don't. Go back to Jersey. He was not talking to me specifically. I'm not planning to move to an island. If anything, I wouldn't move to an island, I'd move to the sea. Forget about touching grass. I want to touch the sea. I want to go in there. I want to get in the water. You're like, but Cahill is an island closer to sea. I'd be like, yeah, but why would I get closer to sea when I could be in sea? So, why would I get closer to sea when I could be in sync, the Justin Timberlake vehicle? Why would I be closer to sea when I could be in sync? The band from the third Trolls movie.
I don't know.
Juice, how many of the Trolls movies have you seen? Hi, Beba.
2.
2? Did you like them?
I like the first one a lot more than I like the second one.
Gotcha. What about the second one did you not like?
Yeah.
I'm deadly curious.
I don't know. It could have just been that
It was
I was
mid.
surrounded by children.
Oh, that's fair. Your experience was lacking. Your cinematography was not in its prime. This was not in its Amazon Prime.
Was it in the Amazon Prime?
But it was in my butthole. Bang. Beans. You know what? You know what? Let's go save. Let's go save. I know I suck at games. I know everyone's just like, you have to save because you've gotten a game over 3 times at that barrel part. But fucking, at least I'm learning from my mistakes. Also, Beba came in here with that Mallow emote, and I have decided that I will be doing that last boss fight in the Super Mario RPG after we're done with Bloodborne. So when I wrap up Mario RPG, we're gonna switch the stream and stream series to a challenge run in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So I hope you'll look forward to that. Oh, also, apparently my family's going on a trip for a weekend, so I have that weekend picked out for my 12-hour animation stream. So please look forward to that as well. I be trying. Guys, listen. I'm trying, okay? I'm trying to be entertaining. I'm trying to be the best dang court jester I can be. I'm trying to jingle jangly across the court floor, courtroom floor. I was arrested for bad things. Juice, question. Let's say you were doing some righteous juice stuff, right? But maybe it's not so righteous in a way that the cops like. So you get put in a holding cell. You know, then when they do that thing where it's like, we're just gonna keep you. You're not going to jail, but you stay here in this room for a while. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Would that be a scarier place to meet a clown than out on the street? Or is like a clown in the wild about as scary as it gets?
Clown in the wild is scarier.
Okay.
Clown in jail, I know what I'm looking for.
I know what
Like,
I know what we're getting into. Come on, we've all seen clown in jail. Don't pretend.
clown in the wild, not attached to a birthday party? Terrifying.
But attached to a child somehow? Worse. There's usually an evil clown at the end of one of these things. We all love Morticia Adams, and if you're like, I don't love Morticia Adams, you're wrong. Feel love in your heart. For an empowered goth woman.
I like that Morticia.
I like the theme song. I don't think I've consumed much Addams Family content, but I do sing the theme song to myself. Ba-da-da-dum. 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 Look at that. And I got the checkpoint to the song. Because I'm gamer.
Because you're gay.
I'm a gay mayor. Oh, that's just the DreamWorks horse movie.
It sure is.
It was just a lot of people's sexual awakening to a horse.
Wish it wasn't.
No, you don't get to choose these things. They said Bible movie hot horse. First 2 flicks, never doing this again. And then they're like, somebody once told me. Some.
Somebody once told me.
Michael Myers. How many onions do you want on your burger? Some. Okay. Sure, man. Thanks for coming to my barbecue. How did I miss that eagle? That's not an eagle. that was probably the first problem. I wasn't aiming for an eagle. Did I miss a movie, or is this an old thing? This is old. I'm talking about the 2 movies DreamWorks made when they like first became a studio. So, they did not recently release a Hot Horse movie.
You were referring to Spirit.
I think the advent of 3D, among its many effects, also has led to maybe a decline in furries that we'll see in the next couple years. Because there's so many less hot animals on the screen these days. Well, I say that, but the horse entangled. I mean...
Maximus?
The horse? The dragon?
Like, I'm me, but the horse?
I mean, have you seen... maybe it's because he's next to Flynn Rider so much, but... He's got a tight ass, though. Like, have you seen it?
The horse?
The horse. I'm pretty sure... We can do a poll. Juice, can we get a chat poll for if they think the horse entangled is hot?
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm positive no one will answer it, but let's do it anyway. Rotate Banan versus Hot Horse. I'll cast my vote. I'll be a part of the democratic process. Fucking bullshit. Anyway. Listen. Disney's not doing as hot these days, so the least I can do is compliment their horse. Nice horse.
There you go.
Here's the horse. Yeah, I'm a furry. I'll go with that one. Oh, yeah, I'm not a furry. Oh, there we go. And that's a lie, but I'm actively I mean, I'm actively an anthropomorphic animal right now, so I think by definition. I'm in Chen's Discord and I have a animal persona, so it's like, it's even if I'm not deep into it, is there really a difference at this point? A vulture culture. What culture? I'm the see. This is what I'm saying. I knew I'd be the only vote. I'm steamrolling this election of hot horses. Juice, is there an odd anime? I mean, this is basic internet content, but is there a particularly odd animated character you found attractive?
Like, clearly that's not what
They were going.
people
Yeah.
wanted you to find attractive.
Yes. That's exactly what I mean. Thank you, Mushroom. Very good message.
I'ma say it.
What's up?
The dragon from Shrek.
Yeah, no, that's fair. They gave her those eyes. I feel like that's more egregious than Maximilian from Tangled, but, you know.
How?
Because mostly because of the technology. They were better at sculpting and animating by the time Tangle came out than in Shrek. So,
I guess.
of course. Was it... Who voiced the donkey?
Eddie Murphy? Was
I
that Eddie
thought
Murphy?
so. Well, here's the thing. I feel like Shrek came out and I was seeing it at a time when I thought about Eddie Murphy a lot because he would be like in a haunted mansion and shit like that. But I don't want to just say that and then I'm wrong. So,
It is Eddie Murphy.
okay, I thought so. I was like, that was the other big Eddie Murphy thing, right? And I was right. But I didn't want to say it and people were just
No.
like, how could you?
Eddie Murphy did way more things.
Name one of them.
Dr. Doolittle.
You're right. When you're right, you're right. Shit, they're cooking. Juice is cooking. Eddie Murphy was in fact in a movie version of Dr. Doolittle. This is true. An immutable fact of history was that happened. And who are we, the humble masses, to disagree? Not I. Not me. I never lost control. Your face to face with the man who sold the world.
Is that a song?
That's a David Bowie song, yes. They used it for Metal Gear Solid 5.
The Phantom Pain?
The Phantom Pain. I'm gonna stream that at some point, but I do want to say now, I think The Phantom Pain is a very good game. And people are like, oh, it's unfinished. It's like, there is in fact a whole experience there. It's not like some games that release, and it's just like, well, half of it's missing. It's just not there. Like, you can have a complete experience with Metal Gear Solid 5. I think it's upon further inspection and research that you kind of find out it's just like, yeah, there was supposed to be way more here. But that in mind, the kind of game it is almost lends itself to the fact that it kind of actually is okay that there's not as much there as may have been originally intended, because the idea is like, you know, the missions are very replayable and like a bunch of different systems are in place. So with that in mind, it's just like, how many do you need really to consider it a full game? So, hot take, hot gamer take. Okay, you were supposed to do this. I'm dumb. A dummy here. Lamau. He thought he wasn't dummy, but he do. Why am I like this?
I can't believe you were actually the only vote.
Yay, we decided then as a democracy. The horse from Tangled was hot.
You know, I wish we didn't decide that.
I see. Juice loves overturning elections.
No, I
That's
don't.
Juice's favorite thing.
No.
Juice was at January 6th.
No.
They said it live on my stream. They're like, look at this photo of me at an attempted insurrection of my home country. I was like, damn, Juice. They're like, yep. I can't believe they let me keep the photo. I fucking knew there'd be many crocodiles on this bridge. Sometimes my family is just like, Cahill, stop warning us about many crocodiles on bridges. It never happens. But look who's talking now. Me, and not them, because they were eaten by crocodiles on a bridge.
Oh no.
The sequel to Snakes on a Plane.
Crocodiles on a bridge?
Yeah. Crocodiles on a bridge was far more gruesome and dark. Hey, we did it. Oh my lord. Whenever it's just like, hey, Candy Kong's not. You know what? No, fuck it. We're going to we're seeing my side chick. You can't stop me. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to go to my house first and pick up some extra lives. Actually, and then I will save at Candy and take a flight back to where we were. Because I'm epic like that. Juice, would you say I'm epic?
The game store?
I feel like that's more of an insult than anything. I feel like it was on a stream I saw someone break down. It's just like, people aren't using Epic because it takes forever to open and load. So why would I choose this as my go-to option when it is objectively worse for playing games on computer? You know what? Fair enough. I don't really have computer for games, so it's not a problem for me.
Getting computer for games.
I want a house first. I'm sorry, that's where my priorities are at the moment.
I can't believe you would have differing priorities.
I said it. That's it, I'm gonna say it. The controversial thing that no one wants me to say. About what? Yeah. I mean, that's them trying to, like, I've heard that as business advice. I heard that's how apparently they ran Amazon at first, where it's like you run it, like, you know, badly, kind of. You run it where you're not making money, and then eventually, it becomes so easy to use and such a steal for the customer base that is what allowed you to start making money. So I think Epic being like, hey, you can just have a game on us, is just like, that's them trying to bait people into being like, this is the best one to use, do it. Coward, you won't. And then I said, I won't. Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, you know, okay strategy, and I appreciate them giving games, but I think they, in a general, that was a wild soundtrack. Anyway, I think in general they should be making sure all their shit is as good as possible first, before, you know, before they're like, and then we tricked you into using our service because you wanted this game for free. I would argue if you're like, we want to be a major competitor against Steam, then you should make sure you are comparable to Steam. Now people aren't like, look at this being substantially worse. That's not. Here's my hot business take. Not good.
Yeah, but like, what if?
What if? What if I was the fucking trainer blue to this to Steam's Trainer Red, where I was just constantly the worst rival.
Mm-hmm.
The one who literally never ever wins a fight against him, except maybe the first one, because that one's kind of a crapshoot. It's incredibly possible the AI just decides it wins because it's fucking two baby Pokemon fighting each other. They only have tackle. Whoever tackles best first wins. So
So you better tackle best first.
yeah, exactly. But the AI also decides that. So
No.
no. I mean, and the answer is, because they are different systems. But I was like, can a computer just always make itself win in a game? And the answer is no, because in like video games and stuff, different systems decide different things. So one enemy system can't just be like, I now control the world, because it didn't have that ability in the first place. It doesn't see itself as singular entity. But one of my favorite kind of examples of the developers purposely making the computer fuck with itself in order to make sure the player is having a good balanced time is from Alien Isolation, which I should honestly replay on stream. I think I'm pretty close to platinuming that too, so long as we do Bloodborne in a good amount of time. I might do a platinum run of Alien at some point. But the Alien AI in this, if you haven't heard, has two brains. One of the brains is looking for the player, and the other brain knows where the player is. And that second one is slowly drip feeding hints based on different information to that first brain. And that's super cool. I love that game. I would still consider Alien Isolation an underrated horror game, next to like Resident Evil and such, on the same console. But it's like my favorite horror game. Yeah. No. Hey, Beba, because one of the things I love about it is the aesthetic. The game looks fucking amazing. But then, yeah, legitimately, the alien is just like, oh fuck. You should, if you're like, I haven't played it, but I own it, then I'm like, yeah. If you're like, I want a spooky time and also cool space looks, play Alien Isolation. Fucking rules. Juice, do you have a favorite horror game in particular?
Yes.
Please name it.
Eve.
Eve?
Eve.
I don't know that game.
It's about a game where you're a little girl and you get lost in an art museum.
Oh no. The protagonist is little girl immediately had me like, no. Stop.
Why? Why?
I don't know, because it's just like, look how cute and innocent this character is, and it's just like something awful is about to happen.
Yeah, something awful does about to happen.
Something awful does about to happen. What's I thinking of? I mean, fucking talk about Metal Gear Solid. I read about a certain character. I'm literally not going to play one of the Metal Gear games I might have liked to, because of the content regarding a little girl in one of them. And then there's like in Silent Hill, I think in the remaster specifically, there's a little monster who will like transform from a little girl and is looking for her parents and is just invincible and destructive. And then Resident Evil 7 had an evil little girl, but that one's not nearly as scary or fucked up as the rest of it. She's just insane for moss. she just has moss insanity. Hello? Void? Hello? Okami. I should play that at some point. I was just thinking about how people were just like, yeah, you can play any GameCube game on a Wii. So maybe I look for Okami. I hope you had a good stream. Welcome on in, Raiders. I'm Cahill. I'm an artist, animator, guy, trying to make streaming a bigger part of my life. I like old cartoons and shit, and I play old Nintendo games and sometimes hard games like Bloodborne. I'm trying to 100% Bloodborne when I'm not doing this. So, consider following. Thank you, Boreal Ranger. You got a cool name. Yes. Because I'm also deeply into pirates. Hey, have you ever seen or liked the Gore Verbinski's Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy? Which I consider to be a masterpiece of filmmaking? You should. Do you want to talk about it with me? Would you like to specifically talk about that with me for several hours minimum? Please? Anyone? And then I
want to talk about it.
Aw. And then I like that, and I was like, man, I should give this One Piece thing a shot. And now two of my favorite pieces of media ever are pirate related. So that being said, I still hold out that POTC has the much stronger aesthetic. I like the art of One Piece, but for like, we're pirates and this is how we look. Pirates of the Caribbean has a beat. Also, my friend Juice is in call. I like to be in call with friends when I do a stream. Maybe it's because I have a deep-seated fear of loneliness, which drove me to be on Twitch in the first place. Who knows? Not me. I never lost control. Your face to face the man who solved the world.
Thank you, David.
Alright. Thank you, Yoshikage Kira. Yeah, let me... A raid came in. I'm just going to start listing hyperfixations. Everyone hold on for a minute. Please and thank you. I need to rewatch those movies. They're good. One of my favorite thing... So, okay. We're gonna legit... Yes, we're actually doing this now. Shut up. One of my favorite things is that Jack, the main character, who I would not say is actually, like... Because, like, some people find the character creating, and I get it, and yada, yada, yada. But, one of the defining character traits is he's more focused on just doing whatever he wants and doesn't actually want to hurt anyone. So he's a very non-violent pirate. He'll do fighting, but he doesn't want to kill anyone. And one of the only scenes where he actively makes the move to kill a person is at the very end of the entire trilogy, where he is actively taking revenge on the... like, shittiest villain. Not shittiest in that they're badly written, shitty as in they're good written, and they're an awful person. Oh, we absolutely are. Void. I'm sorry, Void. Are you a pirate head? That's wicked, not what they're called. They are... You did! Void! Void talked to them all about... Okay. So, Void... I have an orgasm to the whirlpool scene, maybe once a month, every month, for the past 24 years. They are so wildly good. I was just talking about the end of the whirlpool scene. Hey, yo! Yeah. Well, so, the fourth one is a good epilogue, I think, if you're just like, I want a little more? And also, Jack gets the pearl at the end of that one, so it's just like, yeah, good send-off. The fifth one doesn't exist because it's so shitty and it has literally nothing of what I love for the rest of those films that it might as well not exist anyway. But oh yeah, the fucking I don't give a shit about Man of Steel even as a comic nerd. Hans Zimmer made the Pirates of the Caribbean themes, and then art was ended because that was the only art anyone ever needed ever again. Davy Jones, in and of himself, I would take every MCU movie ever. I would take the master reels, the film tapes themselves, of every MCU movie and burn them in front of the actors just to preserve Davy Jones, the character from those movies. And also, I mean, we're not going to get too much into spoileries if you haven't seen these movies. I know it's been so long, but fucking watch them. I love them. And I do this because for such a long time, people were like, these aren't good, and they are spectacular. But Davy Jones is a movie, is a villain defined by how, like, monstrous, inhumane, and heartless he is. and yet he is completely fueled by emotions, while his human counterpart, the other antagonist of the trilogy, is a calculating, terrifying machine of a man. They are so good. The fucking incorporation of, like, because it's like, how do you make a ship battle look cool? Put them into a massive whirlpool where they are constantly broadsiding each other for roughly half an hour as the hardest orchestral track of all time plays in the background, and 20 of the plot lines we've been building up for 2.5 movies are resolved all at once while it happens. I don't want to say a film today wishes it could be that good. Movies ever wishes they could be that good. Oh yeah, I saw there's like several video essays just about the Liar's Dice scene, which is amazing. But I mean, honestly, part of what I think about that scene is just the way Davy Jones enters, where it's like it's his crew who he has suckered into like demonic servitude forever. You know, finally having like a moment off and doing something. And then Will is just like, hey, I'll fight the captain. And he shows up and everyone shuts the hell up. I, those movies are everything to me. Yes, I mean, hey, Void, you know how you said that? That's been my entire life. I watched those movies when I was 3, and I've never stopped loving them. They're as beautiful as the day I lost them. I think every movie on Earth should strive to be as fun, well-made, and just engaging as the Pirates movies are. If any sad black and white film, and I like some sad black and white films, but if any of them were as good as that, I'd watch more of those kinds of movies. If you said the insane sentence of, you know the movie The Lighthouse, it's weirdly like Pirates of the Caribbean. I'd be like, well, I'm watching The Lighthouse tomorrow, actually. I did not, but I did watch the prequel. I have the 300-page Pirates of the Caribbean prequel novel about how Jack Sparrow disapproves of slavery and lost his career because of it, because he set several hundred slaves free in a refusal to bring them to America, which I've read twice. That's a deleted scene from the third one. They talk about that. They're like, hey Jack, you're a great captain. We will give you your own ship if you sell slaves. And he was like, absolutely not. So, yeah. Fourth one's fine if you're like, fourth one is literally like, hey, do you like pirates? Here's some more. It's not as good as the last ones, but you know. The fifth one is nothing. They shouldn't have made it. I know I've said that in this stream, but I repeat stuff. Yeah. So. Yeah. Also, I had a discussion about this, because, I mean, I did a stream a long time ago talking about the Pirates movies while I played Sea of Thieves. But, I feel like sometimes I'll see, like, collections of movie characters, and it's, like, great movie characters. And, like, it'll include characters that were conceived in and fleshed out in books and comics. Like, for example, the Joker, you know? It's just like, yeah, Heath Ledger... I keep fucking that up. Heath Ledger brought his own performance to it. Yeah, really, it really is Ranger. Heath Ledger brought his own performance to it, but you know, that character was fleshed out beforehand. And like Sauron, you know, that's a famous movie villain, also fleshed out in a book beforehand. Davy Jones is just made for those movies. He only really appears in those movies, and he's amazing. So in terms of a movie-only villain, yeah, I think Davy Jones and Cutler Beckett near the top. So I don't plan to watch Dragon Ball Evolution. What was... I should watch the live-action One Piece, but I don't know. I haven't. One Piece is also good. The one thing I'll say about One Piece, because, you know, I'm sure people... There's plenty of people who evangelize your ear off about it, which is one of my friends has talked about, and that's so fair. But in one part is, it's that good that people who have experienced it are like, hey, please, I'm begging you, read this. And I do recommend reading it over watching it. Hello, Nikki. But also, people compare it to, like, Dragon Ball and Naruto, and I'm like, no, this is its whole own different thing. I've at least experienced Dragon Ball, and no. So, Cowboy Bebop, that shit slaps. I haven't watched all. I've watched like the first few episodes of Cowboy Bebop, and then I get distracted. So I need to watch the rest of it. Stop getting distracted. It does. So we were talking about Alien Isolation before. I was like, I like pirates, and then that took up like half an hour because of course it did. And Cowboy Bebop does go for that cassette futurism, the specific name for that kind of aesthetic, and I do love it for that. This game is it's just, it is. Yes, so cassette futurism is specifically the type of like sci-fi aesthetic where it's pulling on like the late 70s, 80s, where it's just like, this computer is the most advancing in the world. You have to put a video cassette or floppy disk in it to make it work. So, I think Star Wars kind of has a cassette futurism vibe. Obviously, the idea of Star Wars is not connected to our shit at all. But just the way that the machinery and sci-fi shit looks, it has me like, you know, it's like, this is advanced. It can bring us to light speed. Also, it looks like I got it out of my grandfather's basement after he died. So, yes. Hey, do you want to know a not great thing? What was I thinking of? AI has ruined looking up just references for those kinds of aesthetics. Because you really have to be careful when you look at one of them. You have to be careful. It's like, oh, that's AI garbage. Which, regardless of your opinion on it, isn't good for artistic reference, because when you try to get a look at the details to see how the things are drawn, they aren't. It is pixel. It is nothing. Like, we could have a whole talk about, you know, AIs, blah, 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 blah. But it's not good if I want references to make my own picture. It's actively not good for the AI that wants to make a picture. Because if you put that in there, then it gets blurrier and worse. And eventually you get pregnant Sonic in there somewhere. He's in there somewhere.
Oh.
How... Okay. If I have an AI generate pregnant Sonic from me, and then I have the AI use those pictures to generate more Sonic pictures. like what's the end result look like? No, stop. I'm just saying. I'm just spitting here, you know? Like, I'm asking the real questions. I think there's a secret back here, because I got stuck on this level a while and I looked it up. Is it like... Oh, no, wait! Come back, ostrich! The ostrich died! No. Hey, Juice, you know... Is it like Quetzalcoatl or something like that? You know what I'm talking about?
What?
The big pterosaur. The biggest flying thing ever. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. That thing's the size of a giraffe. You ever think about that?
I don't. I try not to.
Quetzalcoatl? Quetzalcoatl. Is that it? Is that the name of the pterosaur and not the Aztec creature? Deity?
That's the Aztec creature.
Damn it.
Cool.
I do think it was probably named after that, because, you know, science. Science
What's
nerds.
the dragon called? What?
Google, show me this guy's balls. The dragon?
Quetzalcoatlus.
Okay. I don't often think about how characters fuck. But, like, DreamWorks didn't make Rio. Because Rio was about making two animated animals fuck. But then also, so was How to Train Your Dragon 3. Because Toothless finds a woman. And he was like, I thought I was the last woman on Earth. And it's just like, well, if they don't, then there will be no more. I could argue that's kind of a mute point. Because, like, yeah, what a shame. No more Night Fury dragons. But also, wasn't the larger point of How to Train Your Dragon coexistence between humans and dragons? And then doesn't that movie end with that not happening, actively not happening, in favor for just more of a one specific breed of dragon?
Don't worry about it. DreamWorks can hear you thinking about it.
DreamWorks. This is why we are so much happier with the Hot Horse movie and the Prince of Egypt. Okay. Man, you know, I do like it when, like, for example, Terminal Montage, instead of using, like, effects or anything, will really show off, like, their own animating skills. But when he had just a clip of Prince of Egypt play in a Kirby short, Kerbo short, that was very good. I very much approve of that. Yeah. I was gonna rag on Shrek 3, because typically I'll point to Shrek 3 and then be like, this was the downfall of how well animated movies looked at the time. But, like, Shrek 1 through 2 is fine. Going from Prince of Egypt to, like, Shrek 3 or any of the other not as good DreamWorks movies, that shows you the damage 3D did for the fucking Clam City. Clam City? Clam City. Just speaking of pirates and hyperfixations, Disney, oh my goodness. So for anyone who doesn't know, if there is one thing that has inspired me for my entire life, it is Disneyland. And before you're just like, oh, you're a Disney person, no, shut up, listen to me for a second. The original concept and execution for the Disneyland park, not Disney World, not Disneyland Tokyo, not Disneyland Shanghai, Disneyland. And I got the opportunity to go there for the first time ever, despite it being a factor of my life for 23 plus years, last year. And during their fireworks show, they had an extended clip of Treasure Planet playing on the castle, and I nearly shit myself. That was like my last day there, and I don't think there could have been a better thing to happen to me. So sometimes good things just happen in life, you know? Not when you get hit by a clam, but well, that's what I'm saying. They had like 2 separate clips during the fireworks show of Treasure Planet projected onto Main Street and the castle. They had the castle turn into the holographic map from the movie. I shit myself.
He shit himself.
I shit myself. Juice has a... I completely forgot. I wanted to bring the death counter back from Mario World, and I just didn't do that at all. I bring that up because, you know, Juice has a counter for how many times I shit myself on stream. It's up there.
Wish it wasn't.
I don't believe you. Well, that's what I'm saying. I was kind of talking about this. Yeah. Exactly. Ranger. I mean, it was this. That's kind of how I feel about games, because like games have moved past that more than movies have. We still don't really have 2D animated movies anymore, not in a major way. But games went from like beautiful pixel art to, like very clunky 3D games, with the evolution of that technology, and like that makes me sad. Why do I keep making the same mistakes over and over again? When will I learn? But that happened in animation in such a more major way. But yeah, listen. If anyone here is here for the first time and you know anything about me, know that Disneyland as a pure distilled concept, the kind of magical kingdom, not Magic Kingdom TM, but magical kingdom that it envisions, is a big inspiration for me moving forward. So it has been the concept of what that could become, more than just a tourist destination or a suburban mom lifestyle brand. is a big driving force in my life. And also, the original Disneyland park itself is just pretty. There's a lot of trees, and the castle looks nice, and Main Street is pretty, and Tomorrowland looks nice, and Fantasyland looks nice, and Toontown looks nice, and Small World looks nice, and Frontierland looks nice, and New Orleans Square looks nice, and Critter Country looks nice, and Adventureland looks nice.
Okay.
Also, back to Pirates of the Caribbean. The Disneyland version of that ride is like half an hour longer than the Disney World version. Because, okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, the Disneyland version of Pirates of the Caribbean is on the border of Adventureland and New Orleans Square. And at the start of the ride, you go from a swamp in New Orleans into the red brick sewer of New Orleans, down into a massive cavern where there are the corpses of a pirate crew, where then they come back to life and you are phased into the memory of them ransacking a city.
Whoa.
That's several layers. I need to stop. Several layers more than I think the versions in the other parks. So why does DKC have a series of amazing music? Because it was made by Rareware at like their prime. It was made by David Rice and Grant Kirkhope, who are both amazing musicians. And also it was, all three of these games are late SNES entries. So they had a very big handle on what you could push out of the system in its sound library. But anyway, we're going to be doing this again tomorrow night if y'all want to join me. But I think it's time for bed, and also for me to stop just relentlessly killing a 30-year-old gorilla on stream to multiple peril. So let's see who we should raid. Thank you for coming and all the support. Again, I hope if anyone's new here, you consider following. I did say, like 3 years ago, if I reach 300 followers, I'd do Hardcore Subnautica. And then... Also, Dither is playing Lethal Company, so let's raid Dither. I don't know. I mean, that was what we were defining retro as, like different things, and I feel like that's part of it. Retro games tended to have small teams, so whether or not Grant Kirkhope is credited for Donkey Kong Country, I have no doubt that like the small handful of musicians in the Rareware office were always going to each other being like this, that, the other thing. But yeah, thank you for joining me again. Hope to see y'all tomorrow. Thanks, Juice, for stopping by. You know how much I love seeing my friends when I stream. So, you know how much I love milking my genuine relationships for content. I hope Juice knows I don't mean that. I say that, and yet I have had Juice come to me and be like, I thought you weren't joking. And I was like, I was. Please. I'll see y'all around. Bye!